Now, college football game night on News Watch 12. Presented by Quality Fence of Southern Oregon.
Welcome to another week of college football game night. Thanks for spending your Saturday night with us. I'm Peyton Manning.
And I'm Madison Marie. We unfortunately didn't get to start with our friends down the road in Ashland tonight, but we're going to jump right into the Ducks and Beavers games today.
The Ducks were on the road taking on Arizona State, which on paper should be an easy win, but we do know that anything can happen on any given game day. However, the Oregon State Beavers were in for a challenge this weekend as they welcomed in the Heisman hopeful Michael Penix Jr. and number 5 Washington.
The Beavers have had a tough 2 weeks ahead, but before we dive into that top 10 matchup, let's head out to Tempe, Arizona and see how the Oregon did against their old offensive coordinator Kelly Dillingham and his Sun Devils.
Let's do it. The 6th ranked Ducks at Arizona State. First quarter, all systems go. Bo Nix, Patrick Herbert. Today, Bo Nix is going to help the Heisman resume add on 6 for the Mighty Ducks. And you know who else is going to have a day? Patrick Herbert. Great screen design here. Herbert has a lot of room in front of him. The big man can run, and he's going to take it all the way home. Striding it out, the Ducks extend their lead 14-0.
30 seconds left in the first. The Ducks backed up on the penalty. Nix to Franklin, his 12th touchdown of the season. ASU has no answers for the 21-0 Ducks. So 9:50 left in the second. The Sun Devils leave no safety help over the top. Nix loads it and sends it deep to Franklin, one-on-one. You know how it's going to end. He makes the catch, falling into the end zone. The second of the day, 28-0 Oregon.
Still in the second, Nix gets it out quick to Gary Bryant Jr., and it's the opposite of a tackling clinic here by the Sun Devils. No one can wrap him up. On his way to the 5th Ducks touchdown of the day. It's just not fair at this point. 35-0 Oregon. ASU trying to get something to go their way before half. Cameron Scatabo escapes the pocket and just throws it up. It gets picked off. And Tosh Lupoi wants the offense to get some more. Dillingham not as excited watching his old offense put up 35 points on his new team.
The Ducks go and score again. Tez Johnson this time. Touchdown number 6 for Bo. He ties the school record for most in a game and sits for most of the second half. Oregon wins it 49-13. The Ducks have won 10 on the year.
South down here today, our fans were absolutely incredible. I saw so much green in the stands, really fired me up. I'm glad we were able to put a great performance for them. A great job. We talk about playing to our standard. I think the first half is the definition of standard play for our team. We're 6-6 touchdowns on offense. We're able to get stops on defense, handle a lot of stuff that you're not able to practice because you don't know what you're going to see. I thought our guys handled it really well. Obviously I have an opinion about our quarterback, but it's pretty hard to say that he's not the best quarterback in the nation. Throws for 6 touchdowns, ties a record for Oregon football, goes over 400 yards, and only played 1 series in the second half. So we all know what it could have looked like.
And here's a look at some stats from today's blowout win. The Ducks finished with 603 total offensive yards, while ASU finished only with 316.
Bo Nix finished 24 of 29 with 404 yards and 6 touchdowns. He became the 8th quarterback in Oregon history to throw 6 touchdowns in a game.
Bucky Irving led the Ducks on the ground with 11 carries for 63 yards, and Troy Franklin broke some records too. 1,221 yards this season. That's the most in a season in Oregon history.
He also broke the record for touchdowns in a season at Oregon. He has 13 of those now with 24 career receiving touchdowns.
That's tied for the most at Oregon all time. And coming up on game night, a must-win matchup for the Beavers could shake some things up in the playoffs. Highlights from Corvallis coming up.
College football game night. Presented by Quality Fence of Southern Oregon.
Well, we just wanted to define our property. We got 1.25 acres and just wanted to make it stand out. Also, I think it increases the value of our property a lot. Turned out great, very professional. It was outstanding quality and outstanding service.
I feel like we live in a park, and it would be the equivalent of having a Monet unframed. Once you put the fence up, you framed the picture. Couldn't be more beautiful. I wouldn't change a thing.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you.
Dear Detour, you took us off-road on the gnarliest trails. You asked us to measure up. So yeah, we did. When life slings you mud, sling it right back. Stay strong, Toyota Trucks.
Right now, get up to $1,000 cash back on a new Tundra when you finance through Toyota Financial Services. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Are you suffering with knee pain? At the BioSkin store in Medford, we can support you in staying active with less pain. We offer several knee brace options. Our braces are breathable, lightweight, and hypoallergenic, providing support to painful or injured joints. Don't suffer with knee pain. Call to schedule an appointment to discuss your insurance options, or come in to talk to one of our trained product specialists to find the best solution for you. BioSkin, supporting you through all ages and all stages of life.
Appliance and Mower Center in Grants Pass is here for all your lawn and garden needs. As an elite Cub Cadet dealer, we offer a wide variety of push and riding mowers, and our parts and service department has the largest in-stock supply of lawn and garden parts in the Rogue Valley. We service what we sell. Our certified technicians will keep your equipment running for years to come. Appliance and Mower Center in Grants Pass. Come on in and see what customer service is supposed to be.
You don't have to be gathered around a Thanksgiving table to express gratitude. A little bit of gratitude goes a long way, improving your mood, sleep, blood pressure, and immune function. Writing your daily gratitude is powerful, but if that feels like too much, start small. Instead, pair your daily gratitude with a daily habit like brushing your teeth or making breakfast. Every day when you brush your teeth, take a moment to think of something you are thankful for.
Welcome back to College Football Game Night. Presented by Quality Fence of Southern Oregon.
The perfect scene for a tough, must-win heavyweight matchup.
Beavers, Husky, Washington fighting to clinch a spot in the Pac-12 title game and keep their playoff hopes alive.
Beavers looking to crush those hopes and climb the ladder. A win over Washington and Oregon next week puts the Beavers in the Pac game instead.
Let's waste no more time and dive right in.
We start late in the first. Washington already up by 7, second and goal on the 3 for Oregon State. Damian Martinez making another statement season, punches it out from 3 yards out, tied game at 7. Under 2 minutes left in the first, the snap way over the head of the punter. Ball bounces all the way back into the end zone. That's 2 for Washington, 9-7, Huskies on top.
Now into the second quarter, Penix Jr. on first and goal hits the edge and takes an easy jog to the pylon. Washington extends their lead. Beavs can't convert, so they'll settle for the field goal from 38 out, right down the middle, cuts into the Huskies' lead. Washington back on offense, Penix lets it fly, finds Rome O'Dunsey deep in the end zone, touchdown, but the 2-point conversion fails. It's 22-10 Washington heading into halftime.
We talk about playing to our standard. I think the first half is the definition of standard play for our team. I think we're 6-6 touchdowns on offense. We're able to get stops on defense, handle a lot of stuff that you're not able to practice.
Back from half, Washington tries to punch the field goal in from 39 yards out. It's no good, giving the Beavs some hope as they're still down by 12.
So second and goal now for the Beavs. They have to get something on the board in the second half. They lean on the man, Damian Martinez, for 5-yard touchdown run. Oregon State cuts into the Huskies' lead, but it's just not enough. Final 22-20. Washington clinches a spot in the Pac-12 title game.
And here's a look at that stat sheet. Oregon State finished with 319 total offensive yards. Washington only with 272.
DJU 15 of 31, 164 yards and 2 interceptions.
Damian Martinez put the offense on his back with 26 carries for 123 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Silas Bolden 5 receptions for 64 yards. Next up for both Oregon and Oregon State, the rivalry we wait all year for.
This matchup dates back to 1894, 129 years later. This could be the final time we see these two teams fight for the state of Oregon.
Oregon State took the dub last season with a 38-34 final in Corvallis, but this year Autzen will be the home of the rivalry.
Oregon leads the all-time series with 66 wins, 51 losses, and 10 ties. Kickoff for next week's game is on Black Friday at 5:30 p.m. From Pac-12 at dark to Pac-12 matchups on a Friday, we'll run through those highlights all coming up. You're watching College Football Game Night.
College Football Game Night, presented by Quality Fence of Southern Oregon.
Quality Fence is doing it right for you. Just ask your neighbor.
They reflect a style as unique as you are. They make first impressions. They provide space, add lasting beauty and security. Quality is a reflection of who you are. That's why all your fencing projects begin here.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you.
This year, Black Friday goes green at Pape Machinery Ag and Turf. Whether you're hauling brush, digging a trench, or simply mowing the backyard, we've got deals on top-of-the-line John Deere equipment to tackle any project. Right now, you can get $300 off X300 Series lawnmowers or $500 off Z500 Series mowers. Visit your local Pape Machinery Ag and Turf store November 27th through December 8th to lock in these limited-time offers. Pape keeps you moving.
Clean, dry, fast. Crater Car Wash now has 4 locations to serve you. F Street and on the Redwood Highway, Grants Pass, Crater Lake Highway, and our newest location on Court Street, Medford. Join the Unlimited Wash Club, just $20 a month. Download the Crater Car Wash app from the App Store or Google Play and get a free premium wash just for signing up. Now with 2 Medford and 2 Grants Pass locations to serve you. Crater Car Wash. Clean, dry, fast.
Hi, I'm Paul with Western Auto and RV. How can I help you?
What kind of RVs do you have?
We have a nice selection of toy haulers, fifth wheels, motorhomes, couples coaches, and family-sized RVs.
Do you take trades?
We do, and we also do consignments.
You really took more goats in on trade?
Yeah.
Yeah, geez.
Western Auto and RV. Selection, prices, consignment, and goats.
Nothing says I love you like diamonds. Voted Southern Oregon's favorite place to buy jewelry, Gold and Gems Fine Jewelry has diamonds for every budget. Say I love you with perfect diamonds on the Plaza downtown Ashland or at goldandgems.com.
Want to save on new flooring just like a pro? Check out nofrillsflooring.com/deals. 2 giant warehouses full of flooring from Shaw, Core-Tech, and more. Isn't it time you save like a contractor? No Frills Flooring, Medford and Grants Pass.
Welcome back to College Football Game Night. Presented by Quality Fence of Southern Oregon.
Another week of football brings another week of rankings. While the AP Top 25 are released every week, the college football playoff rankings are released every Tuesday until Selection Day on December 3rd.
But for now, let's take a look at this week's AP Top 25 teams. The top 8 teams remain stable as 5 of those teams were undefeated heading into this week. As for the Pac teams, Washington and Oregon continue to stand still with the Huskies at number 5 and the Ducks at number 6.
As for the Beavers, they jump up 2 spots to number 10, still the highest ranking in program history, and Utah falls to number 16.
And looking on, Arizona finds some life at number 19 with a 4-spot leap, and that rounds the Pac squads left in the top 25.
Let's start off those highlights with some Friday night football in Pullman.
Washington State hyped to face Prime and the Buffaloes on a Friday night. Both teams looking to come back from a loss last week. The Cougs start things off, no score. Lincoln Victor finds a gap and hits the corner of the end zone. Washington State punches the first one in. Now the Buffs have a chance to bite back, but Sanders gets hit and he fumbles. And in comes Brennan Jackson with the scoop and score. 40 yards to the house extends the Cougars' lead to 14.
So let's try this again. Sanders under pressure, escapes the pocket, sends it downfield, right into the hands of Travis Hunter as he falls into the end zone. First one of the night for the Buffs. Colorado sends it back to Wazoo. The Cougars don't even need to bring out their offense. Smithenson, 98 yards. Goodbye. Short break for the Buffs offense as they have to get back out onto the field.
He looked pretty fast. Fast forward to the second. Cam Ward finds a man open over the top, and Nakia Watson takes it in. 28-7 Wazoo. 3 minutes left in the first half. Ward runs it in on 3rd and goal.
Same play just minutes later, trying to fool the Buffs, and it works. 42-7, Cougars head into the half. So Ward looking to seal the deal in the third, finds Kyle Williams in the end zone. 34-yard pass is in. That's all she wrote. Final score 56-14, Washington State. USC students fired up to take on their rivals, the Trojans versus the Bruins. Let's go. First quarter, TJ Harden gets the handoff and punches it in from a few yards out. UCLA takes the early 7-0 lead. Later in the first, Ethan Gabers sends it out to Hudson. Wide open on the edge. Bruins extend to 14-0.
But the Trojans respond. Caleb Williams steps up and launches it downfield to Brendan Rice. He burns his defender and takes it to the house. A 74-yard connection. 14-7, Bruins still lead. 14-10 in the second quarter. UCLA just wants to make it interesting. Garbers finds Harden. Harden meets the paint for his second of the day. 21-10.
USC trying to keep themselves in the game, but trying to do too much. The ball pops out. It's up for grabs. Alex Johnson scoops, scores. 28-10. Bruins run away with this one. The final 38-20 UCLA. The Trojans fall to 7-5 overall. And the Golden Bears were in the home of the Cardinal today. Cal kept their bowl hopes alive by defeating Stanford 27-15.
With the win over UCLA next week, the Golden Bears would be on their first 3-game win streak since 2019, and they would get into the postseason.
They threw for 294 yards and a season high of 3 touchdowns, while Jaden Ott ran 36 times for 166 yards and a score in the big game.
Utah at Arizona. We start in the first quarter. Wildcats open it up with a trick play. Noah Fafita, quick out to Titaroa McMillan. McMillan finds a wide open Michael Wiley in the end zone. A 21-yard pass complete for 6. Arizona up 7-0. Still in the first, Jack Bowmeister set to punt. Special teams smothers the punt. It falls perfectly into Anthony Ward's hands, and he walks it in for the touchdown. 14-0.
Still in the first, Fafita gets another quick pass out to Craig. He takes it up the sideline, out running to Utes. Arizona with a 3-touchdown lead. So we headed to the second. Fafita with the pitch out to Michael Wiley. Wiley turns the burners on. He's gone for 31 yards and the touchdown. 28-0 Arizona.
Utah finally responds and avoids the shutout. Bryson Barnes throws the ball while he's getting hit, but his pass finds Devon Vele in the paint. The diving grab adds on 6 for the Utes. 28-7, Wildcats still dominating. Arizona leaves no room for a comeback as they go on to beat the Utes. Final, Arizona 42, Utah 18.
And a lot on the line for some national teams today as they hit the field for Week 12. Highlights plus our favorite plays of the week, all ahead on Game Night.
College Football Game Night, presented by Quality Fence of Southern Oregon.
The Newswatch 12 Toy Drive. Donate a new toy to one of our Red Barrel locations across Southern Oregon and Northern California. Find the closest Grange, Co-op, and U.S. Cellular location by going to kdrv.com. Toy Drive, just one more way Newswatch 12 is watching out for you.
Quality Fence is doing it right for you. Just ask your neighbor. Is doing it right for you.
Experience fresh local ingredients with fast and friendly service at Casablanca Coffee and Grill. Come check us out in Grants Pass at our Union or downtown locations. Serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Take it to go or stay and relax in our outdoor patio or indoor seating area. Espresso and coffee, fruit smoothies, wraps, pizzas, full bar, and more. Happy hour from 2 to 5 p.m. Casablanca Coffee and Grill. We have something for everyone.
You can help fight hunger. Join Ray's Food Place and Newswatch 12 as we team up to stuff the truck and provide food to families in need.
Just find the Stuff the Truck table at any local Ray's Food Place where healthy food is already bagged and ready to donate.
All you do is purchase a bag when you check out and we'll take it from there.
Your donation will help fight hunger in our community.
Stuff the Truck. Just one more way Newswatch 12 is watching out for you. Brought to you by Ray's Food Place.
It's the Black Friday sales event at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford. We're stocked up on a great selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course Ram trucks. Choose from our great inventory of new 23 Jeep Gladiator and new 24 Grand Cherokee 4x4 models. Or test drive a new 24 Ram 1500 4x4. Shop online today with our online process to calculate your own payment, whether it's a lease, finance, or cash payment. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
Owning a small business is kind of a big deal. State Farm agent Rory Wold can help you find the right insurance coverage at the right price. Call Rory for a quote today.
Welcome back to College Football Game Night. Presented by Quality Fence of Southern Oregon.
Welcome back. Let's waste no time and dive right into those national games.
A lot on the line for many teams today. Some needed to win to clinch a spot in their conference championship. Others needed their own victory plus some more.
If you're saying there's a chance, then there's always a way. So let's start off with the Crimson Tide in Tuscaloosa.
Let's do it.
Titletown getting Bryant-Denny loud on senior day as the Crimson Tide face Chattanooga. Starting 3rd and 4th for the Tide, Jalen Milroe hits Jermaine Burton. Bama gets on the board first pretty quick. A little later this time, it's Jace McKellen. He gets in somehow, punches it in, 2 yards out, 14-0 Tide.
Still in the first, Roydell Williams bounces outside and hits the house. 11-yard touchdown extends Bama's lead to 21. Milroe rolls out, finds Robbie Outs, and he literally flies into the end zone. Tide now up by 4 touchdowns.
Chattanooga looking to avoid the shutout. Gino Appleberry, he's got room, takes it in for their first score of the day. And not so quick. Bama quick on the response, finds Malik Benson wide open. Milroe's 3rd passing touchdown of the day.
Chattanooga punts it back to the Tide. Feels like we've been here before. Caleb Downs makes the catch, spinning, finds space, and it's open field from there, and he's gonna roll. Knock knock, it's the Tide. Final, Alabama 66, Chattanooga 10. Sharon Moore back on the sidelines for the Wolverines as they get ready to take on Maryland. We start in the first. Maryland with a 3-0 lead. Blake Corum bodies his way through the sea of white and red, giving the Wolverines the 7-3 lead. Still in the first, Maryland QB1 Talia Tungavailoa escapes the pocket. He gets sacked and loses the ball. Derek Moore with the scoop and score. Michigan extends their lead to 14-3.
The first quarter still rolling now. Maryland set to punt, but the Wolverines special teams blocks the kick and Maryland punter kicks it to the back of the end zone. So that's a safety. Special teams making special plays. Wolverines up 16-3 now. So we head into the second quarter. Billy Edwards Jr. gets the tush push to give the Terps a touchdown. Finally, 23-10. Michigan still leads back after half. Same play. Edwards Jr. caps off with a 78-yard drive with another drive into the end zone, and they're closing in.
Still third quarter, 29-17 Michigan, but Terps fighting. Tungavailoa throws a deep ball, and then they punch it in from a few out. Into the fourth, Tungavailoa gets an intentional grounding call, which leads to a safety in Michigan's 1,000th win. The final out in Maryland, Wolverines 31, Terrapins 24. Miami hosting Louisville as they fight for the Shalene Berger Trophy. Cardinals up first. Jack Plummer finds Nate Kurkinski on the run. Louisville goes on top first. Miami looking to bite back though. Mark Fletcher up the middle, breaks a few tackles in there. Tied at 7 now.
Hurricanes will do it once again. Tyler Van Dyke to Xavier Respro. Watch this. He can fly. Miami up 14-7, but don't count out Louisville just yet. Isaiah Garendo, open gap in for the touchdown. We're tied again.
Back to Miami, the toss to Brashard Smith hits the outside and he's gone. 34-yard touchdown for the Hurricanes, and they're in the lead once again. Cardinal on 2nd and goal, Plummer to Trevante Sylvester over the top, touchdown, but the extra point is blocked. 21-20 Miami.
Fletcher Jr. hits a wall, finds his way around it, extends the lead to 5. Evan Colony sees his opportunity, takes it up the middle. The 2-point conversion is good. Louisville on top by 3. Miami settles for a field goal from 51 yards out, right down the middle, makes it a tie game at 31.
Still time to make a change. Plummer finds Kevin Coleman. He's got 2 men to beat. Does so and stays in bounds. Up the hash marks to the house. It's 38-31 Louisville. 4th and goal situation for Miami. Van Dyke incomplete pass, turnover on downs. Final Louisville 38, Miami 31. The Cardinal clinch a spot in the ACC championship game.
The so-called biggest game in UNLV football history ended in a celebration for the Rebels. Fighting for the #1 spot in the Mountain West, all that stood in UNLV's way was Air Force. And with a complete second half shutout, the Running Rebels are one step closer to making history. Ricky White finished today's game with 8 catches for 169 yards, pushing his season total to 1,020 receiving yards. White is the first Rebel to ever post 4 consecutive 100-yard games in one season. The 9-2 Rebels will end their regular season at home against San Jose State. A win would secure Allegiant Stadium as the home of the Mountain West Championship game.
This week, I don't necessarily have a favorite play, but more so the best thing I saw today. The Oregon Ducks went to Arizona State to take on their old offensive coordinator and the Sun Devils. It was a blowout win for the Ducks and a star-studded performance from QB1 Bo Nix. So the best thing I saw today goes to the Heisman hopeful. En route to their 49-13 victory and 10th win of the season, Bo Nix accounted for 42 of those points, throwing for a career-high 6 touchdowns, which were all thrown in the first half. The Duck went 24 of 29 with 404 yards. His performance today tied the school record and probably made him even more of a Heisman favorite. This win propels Oregon into their rivalry matchup next week against Oregon State. And it might be Saturday, but we've got some high school games to cover. Highlights from our local teams' semifinal matchups coming up next. You're watching College Football Game Night.
College Football Game Night, presented by Quality Fence of Southern Oregon.
They're an expression of you. They reflect your sense of beauty and elegance. They're gateways into your world, providing both charm and peace of mind. Let our experts design and create the ornamental iron fence that expresses the personality of your home or business. Visit a Quality Fence showroom today or online at qualityfenceco.com.
The pros know where to get the best deals on flooring for your home. They'll tell you no frills flooring. Southern Oregon's factory direct leader for waterproof plank, laminate, hardwood, carpet, and tile from the brands you trust. Rethink budget-friendly flooring with Cortec and Shaw. Go to nofrillsflooring.com/deals. Isn't it time you saved like a contractor? No Frills Flooring. Warehouse selection and factory direct savings for pros. And you too. Medford and Grants Pass.
Nothing in the world says I love you like the perfect diamond. Perfectly cut, perfectly beautiful. Voted Southern Oregon's favorite place to buy jewelry. Golden Gems Fine Jewelry has natural diamonds, lab-grown, and diamond hybrids priced for every budget. This holiday season, say I love you with perfect diamonds on the plaza downtown Ashland or at goldengems.com. Golden Gems, Southern Oregon's favorite place to buy jewelry.
It's Christmas season at your everything store, and the Blackbird has gift ideas galore. We've got power tools and hardware by Ace and gift ideas all over the place. Hats and socks and shades from the sun, and everyone needs a bug shooting gun, a patio heater or comfy camp chair, and boots of all kinds. Come try on a pair. Need an axe to chop down your Christmas tree? Maybe a 6 or 12-volt battery. We've got warm work clothes made by Carhartt and fishing supplies. Just come fill up your cart. Two-way radios, that's a big 10-4. There's sleeping bags and wiper blades, camo gear, and more. We've got skis and snowboards you can buy or rent, or choose a rifle, a barbecue, or an umbrella tent. All the supplies to make your own wine or beer, and a second Blackbird store coming next year. With our big selection, making up your mind is hard, but you can't go wrong with a Blackbird gift card. You'll find something for everyone. Just walk through the door. Yes, the Blackbird for Christmas, your everything store.
Welcome back to College Football Game Night, presented by Quality Fence of Southern Oregon.
Welcome back to Game Night. Now it is Saturday, but some of our local high school teams are still fighting for a shot at the state championships.
Cascade Christian, Henley, and Lost River all hit the field today for semifinals. We saw South Medford advance to the Columbia Cup Championship last night, and Weed fall to Biggs in round 2 of the Northern California playoffs.
But the fate of our other 3 teams was decided today, so let's start off with the top-ranked Hornets facing Scappoose. The Hornets got to work quick. We start in the second quarter. Henley with a 21-7 lead. Joseph Janey, he's going to let it rip over the middle to his brother Chris Janey. He gets hit as he's coming down with the ball, but the hit doesn't faze him as he strides into the end zone, and the Hornets extend their lead to 28-7.
We're still in the second quarter. Hornets back in scoring position. Janey escapes the pocket, still looking for someone. He doesn't see anything he likes, so the dual threat quarterback takes it in for himself. Have yourself a day. Henley leads 35-7. The Hornets didn't let their foot off the gas and rolled through Scappoose, the final 42-13 Henley.
The Hornets are heading to the 4A state championships for the first time under head coach Alex Stork and the first time since 1982. They will meet Marist Catholic for the title next Saturday. Born to swarm.
Challengers, Churn, Cascade Christian, Dayton. We start in the third. Pirates lead 30-28, but Ashton Moody changes that score pretty quick. Moody gets a snap, rolls out, keeps it for himself, gets a few blocks, and strolls on in. 34-30, Cascade Christian.
The Challengers go for two, and it's going to be Moody again. Cascade Christian extends their lead 36-30. Moody finished his day with 4 rushing touchdowns.
And to seal the deal in the fourth, Luke Wilson gets the handoff, takes it to the sideline, breaks 2 tackles, and rips off a 62-yard touchdown run. No one can catch him. The Challengers take the 42-30 win over Dayton. They're heading to the 3A state championship to take on Banks, looking for their second consecutive title.
Out to Caldera High School, Lost River and St. Paul, 28-22, Buckaroos in the third. The Raiders threatening on offense. Chase McAuliffe gets the snap and keeps it for himself. Lost River converts the 2-pointer, and they retake the lead 30-28.
Still in the third now, second and goal for the Raiders. McAuliffe hands it off to Hartman. Hartman punches it in from a few out, 36-28. Lost River extends.
Raiders go for 2. McAuliffe is going to keep it for himself again. The dual threat QB is threatening. That gives the Raiders the 38-28 lead over St. Paul, and the Raiders go on to win it with a final of 50.
Presented by Quality Fence of Southern Oregon.
A big game in Eugene next week as the Beavers and Ducks will meet on the field for the final time as Pac-12 conference foes.
This rivalry has so much history behind it and a lot at stake for both teams.
And of course, we've got you covered on everything you need to know before these two teams meet.
Make sure to join us this Thanksgiving at 6:30 p.m. for our Ducks versus Beavers special.
We'll talk Ducks overall this season,
Beavers overall this season,
and hear from a special guest. Make sure to join us then.
It's going to be a fun one. Now to the fun part. Another week calls for another great episode of The Huddle.
So here it is. Hope you enjoy. Welcome to another week of The Huddle. For this week, we're at Lithian Driveway Fields.
And this week, we're joined by a special guest, Cascade Christian's running back, Brendan Van Wart. Brendan, how you feeling? What's going on?
I'm feeling good. Just happy to be here.
Oh, good. We're happy to have you.
Let's talk about this season so far. I mean, obviously, you were part of a very special team last year, and then you guys kind of had to make a switch, especially quarterback and all your positions. Talk to me about this team so far.
It's definitely a different team than last year. Last year we had like a lot more bigger size, but this year we're more of a speed team and just use that to our advantage.
Let's kind of talk about the success that you had last year and then how you wanted to carry that into this year. And I mean, it's very successful so far, but how do you want to keep that success going from last year into this year?
Yeah, so last year we knew we were going to do pretty good, because we've all been growing up together and stuff. And then this year we didn't really know how well we'd do, but we've just been all working hard and just keep the momentum going and been pushing hard.
Let's talk about last week's game. You guys completely, it was your first time in overtime in playoff history for your team, but also just fighting through adversity and getting to the end. Talk to me about that emotion. It felt like you guys won state and you didn't, you know? It was an emotional game. Talk to me about your feelings after that game.
Vail was a super good team, but we just kept on going at it, and we just never really seemed to let up and just kept on pushing. And even though it seemed like we were down, we still just, every single play you could see that every one of us was giving our max effort and just trying to push ourselves.
What was that conversation like in the huddle when you guys are going into overtime? What was that, we're going to finish this game and we need to come out with a win? What was that conversation like?
Coach Maurer was really hyping us up, and he was just telling us to keep going and that they were kind of slowing down and we just needed to finish them off and just keep pushing every play, and we could win it if we did that.
Last year was the first time that Coach Getman won the state championship with an undefeated season. You guys now have the opportunity to do that again and put yourself back in the history books for the second time in a row. How does that make you feel as a senior to be able to create this history at Cascade Christian?
Feels pretty cool, but our main focus right now is Dayton next week, this Saturday, but if we can finish that game, it'd be awesome to have a shot at the championship.
You guys do live by that one game at a time motto. Do you like that? Do you go by that as a player individually, or what do you kind of go by?
I believe we should always look at the week that we have ahead, because if we look towards the championship and that could just really bring us down because we have one job we have to finish.
What is your mentality heading into each game to perform to your best ability and come out with the win?
I just really want to push myself and just not give up and really just help push my teammates and try just to execute the task I have before me, and I just really try to just think of the next play, and just if something bad happens the last play, just think next play and keep going.
How do you feel that the dynamic on your team as like a loving and caring team matters to you, especially playing in intense games like last week?
So our team's we're all kind of just brothers, and we're just all kind of there for each other, and we're not as serious, and we're all just kind of goofy and just always joking around and stuff. So
the back of your shirt, can you talk to us about what that means and how that motto has really driven your season this year?
It says Soli Deo Gloria, which means all our glory should go to God, and that really shows that we should sometimes we're playing and we're not getting the highlights or something, but your buddy is getting the highlight, and we're just working hard so that they can get it, and that's how we should be for God. We should really just give our full effort, even if we don't get anything. We should give the glory to God.
Why football? What got you into it?
I always wanted to play it, and then in middle school my mom finally let me, and I just have never really looked back and just really love playing.
What about the sport do you love the most?
I love just being able to give it your all every play, and just you might get taken out, but it's just fun to be able to put your body on the line just to push yourself, and it's just a fun sport, I guess.
We're going to get into the fun questions now to learn how you are outside of the sport that you play. So let's talk about your favorite college football team.
I like Oregon State. They're a pretty good team.
Hence the hat.
Never
Hence the hat.
Yeah.
And it looks brand new. Is it new?
Oh yeah, I just got it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep it nice. All my other hats are destroyed. But.
Is your family Oregon State fans?
They're not even huge fans of sports, or they like pro sports, but they don't really care.
Pro football then?
Yeah.
The Giants.
The Giants?
Yeah.
Interesting.
That is interesting.
How did that come about?
It was my cousin's favorite team when he was younger too, so I just kind of started watching them.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Do you have a specific food, especially here in the Valley, that you really go to, regardless of a game day or not?
I like anything really, so just whatever my mom or grandma or friends cooking or something.
Well, what's your favorite thing that your mom or grandma makes?
I love my grandma's rice pudding. That's super good.
I love. Do you put cinnamon on top?
Mm-hmm.
Yum.
Super good.
That's awesome. This is your last year as a Cascade Christian Challenger. What comes next?
I want to become a pilot and fly helicopters, hopefully for a fire company or power lines or something like that, along those lines.
Have you ever flown a plane before, or assisted in flying a plane?
Yeah, I'm able to fly solo in little planes, yeah.
Oh my gosh. How many hours did that take, a specific amount of hours, or how did you get to that point?
I did 10 hours of flight training, and then I got signed off, so it was pretty cool.
So is that an aviation license that you have, or are you still working towards that?
I'm still working towards my private license, but I have my student license.
That's so
yeah.
cool. Well, we do have one thing to ask.
Can we get your best, Go Challengers?
Yeah, go Challengers!
Love it. That was great! That's always the best way to end the interviews. We used to do a closeout, and then we're like, you know what? Let's let them close it out.
Let's hear it. And yeah, they were saying that today too.
Yeah, they were.
Huge win. Championships bound.
Another roll, and next week we won't have Friday Night Blitz, but we will of course have those state games, highlights from that, and then we'll always have a college game night for a few more weeks.
Yes,
so
a few more weeks of Saturday nights with Newswatch 12 Sports.
Yes, and Thanksgiving. Make sure to join us for Thanksgiving.
Big rivalry game next week. It's going to be a fun one.
Get the family, sit down, enjoy some football with us.
Best thing to do. But that wraps it up for week 12 of the football season. For the latest news, weather, and sports, head to our website at kdrv.com.
Our next newscast is tonight at 11. We'll see you then.